You guys ever remember gym class? Well, growing up, it was my least favorite subject, at least up until high school. And that's because I sucked pretty much at everything. I wasn't really allowed out very much when I was growing up, so I didn't really play any sports growing up. So anything sports related, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, you name it, I sucked at it. I was an overweight, chubby Asian kid, nearsighted, blind as a bat, and I had the hand-eye coordination of an injured penguin. In other words, I was a total chick magnet. I remember that I was always the last one picked in gym class. Didn't matter what the sport was. I sucked at everything. Everybody's like, we do not want that chubby Asian kid with the thick ass glasses who constantly runs into things, tripping over things, and is always unintentionally hurting himself. We do not want that kid on our team. Duly noted. And friends, that was pretty much my entire life up until high school. Because it was then I found a sport that didn't require too much coordination, and that was running. I mean, when you're running cross country, you just follow where everyone else is running and try not to run into a tree, right? So what's the moral of this story? Well, the moral of this story is that I eventually found out what I was good at. Because up until that point in my life, I pretty much sucked at everything else in life. But the reason why I sucked at all these things was because I was trying to be good at something that simply wasn't meant for me. I was trying to do what all the other cool kids were doing, even though I was not good at it. I was never going to be the next Tom Brady or the next LeBron James. I was never going to be the next Michael Phelps. Listen, I didn't even learn how to swim till I was 19 years old, and this is so sad. But in high school, I learned that I could run like the wind, and that's where I put my focus on. That's the one thing that I could do. And for the last 30 plus years, that's exactly what I've done. I've run. That's what I do. It's part of who I am. And at this point in my life, it's pretty much a part of my identity. So anyway, why am I talking about this today? What does this have to do with your wedding photography? Well, there's a common problem that I see with many wedding photographers where they're not utilizing their natural born talents to their fullest potential. Sometimes they're aware of their own shortcomings and they work on developing those talents, which is fabulous because this means that they are super self-aware, they know what they're good at, and they know what they're not good at. And they're working on improving themselves in some area in their lives or their business because they know they suck at it and they're looking for ways to improve themselves in that department. On the other end of that spectrum, they're not really self-aware. Sometimes they're not even aware what their talents are. Sort of like me when I was growing up. I was just basically trying a whole bunch of different things until I figured it out. Like, hey, this is what I'm sort of kind of good at, and I'm gonna stick with this. When I talk to other fellow wedding photographers, the ones who are struggling, they're telling me that they're having trouble with getting traffic or attention, or even when they do get traffic or attention, they struggle with getting these prospects across the finish line. And the reason for that is because whatever it is that they're presenting, whether it's their photos, the experience that they're giving, or the way that they carry themselves around the clients, it's nothing extraordinary. It doesn't stand out. In the worst case scenario, it might even be conceivable that they're presenting terrible photos or a terrible experience. But let's try to focus on the positives here. Now, in these scenarios, the clients are not finding what they're looking for. It's just noise. And if you're struggling to get attention, it's because you're blending in with all that noise. You're presenting the same stuff that everyone else is presenting. It's just noise. You might be excellent at your craft, but guess what? So is everyone else around you. And on top of that, if you're deploying wisdom that you got from somewhere else, maybe somewhere that you found on the internet, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you've got to make it your own. You've got to use your natural born talents in those strategies in order to make it work effectively for you. I'll give you an example. So let's say that I were to give you my sales consultation blueprint and you use my script word for word, and it could work and it should work possibly a whole lot better than whatever it is that you're currently doing, especially if you're just winging it at every consultation. Now, I can't inject my personality into your delivery. That's your responsibility, right? You're just using my script as your foundation. Then you figure out your secret sauce and then you make it your own. Now, my sales script does not have a slideshow component, but maybe you're a freaking whiz when it comes to creating PowerPoint presentations. So if that's you, then do that. That is what you're good at. The other thing is, my sales script does have some topics that you can talk about during your consult, but if you've already got the gift of gab, you do not need those prompts from me. If you're the kind of person who can talk to anyone and everyone about pretty much anything, you don't need my little small talk prompts, which was really designed for folks who struggle in that consultation setting when they need to interface with other human beings. Listen, I know that more than half of you guys out there are introverts who can't interface with others like normal human beings. That's who my script was designed for. But for the rest of you, maybe you've got no problem in that department. If so, that is your gift. Use that to your advantage. I'll give you another example. So let's say that your PJ work is great. If that's the case, then show more of it. Don't mess with the portrait work. Don't mess with the detailed shots of the rings, dress, shoes, flowers, or stationery, because those are not the things that you're good at. There are a ton of photographers out there who are good at that stuff, but you're good at all the PJ stuff. So lean into it. That is what you're good at. And if that's the case, that's what you should show. Chances are you probably enjoy shooting that stuff a whole lot more too. And your prospects will probably see that. And they'll probably get just excited as you do when you get to shine, doing the things that you're good at. Here's the thing that I want you guys to know. In your work, in who you are as a person, as a photographer, as a business owner, there is something that you are inherently good at. You've got a special gift. And I'm not talking about your photography. I'm not talking about your pretty pictures, because there are a million people out there who can take a pretty picture. I'm talking about something that is unique to you and what you can bring to the table when you show up on a wedding day on a job site that makes you special. It makes you memorable. And it's something that comes naturally to you. It makes people want to tell their friends, their colleagues, and the whole world about you. Maybe you're a systems person and you can plan for every contingency on the planet. That is what you sell. Maybe you're incredible at copywriting, so writing blogs and Instagram captions come easily for you. Well, if that's the case and that sounds like you, then that's how you sell. Maybe you've got this magnetic personality, you're super charming in person. Then why are you wasting your time doing phone consults? Get those prospects into an in-person meeting or a Zoom meeting if you have to. You're just wasting your time if you're trying to close them over email or text. That, my friends, is how you sell. That is what you sell. That is how you get yourself in front of the line. That is how you guys get yourselves on top of that pile. That is how you guys get yourselves picked first in gym class, in business, and in life. You do it by playing to your strengths. It's not going to be your beautiful photos. It's not going to be your cheap prices. I've said this before in many other videos before. Nice photos at cheap prices, your prospects can find that anywhere. A great experience and luxury prices, your prospects can also find that everywhere. The deciding factor between you and another photographer isn't going to be decided over a matter of $100 or even $300. I'm willing to bet that even $500 won't even make a difference. Your prospects will pick you every single time, even if you're a few $100 more expensive than your competitors, if they feel like you're the best solution for them, that you're the best at what you do. On top of that, I hope that you guys realize that your couples are spending anywhere between $15,000 to $35,000 just to feed their guests. And that's on the low end in the New York City market. A couple $100 is not going to make a big difference. At the end of the day, it really just comes down to whether or not your prospect likes your special gift a little bit more or your competitor's special gift a little bit more. That's it. And if they like you and your special gift a little bit more, they're going to go with you every single time. And if they like your competitors and their special gift a little bit more, they're going to go with them. It makes them feel like they got something of value. It gives them the warm and fuzzies. Now they can show it off to their friends and their family. It makes them feel good. And as a business owner and a photographer, that is exactly what you want. So if you're tired of being picked last, you're tired of being at the bottom of the pile, you're tired of being last in line, and you can't seem to rise above the noise, here are a couple things that you can do. The first thing is figure out what your special gift is. This is your purple cow. This could be the thing that you're selling. This could be how you're selling. To get you going in the right direction, I need to remind you that it's not a physical item in your offer. It's not your pricing. It's not something that you can learn necessarily. It's not your secret sauce. Well, maybe it is a little bit, right? But the thing is, if someone else can learn what it is that you're doing, it's no longer special, right? It's got to be something that comes naturally to you. Once you figure that part out, make sure that your gift, your special talent solves a very specific problem for your prospects. The fact that you're funny or easygoing or professional, that's a good start. Actually, that is the lowest bar that we should be setting, right? But I'm not sure that's going to be enough anyway, because there are a ton of funny, easygoing professional folks out there who are vying for the same clients that you're going after. So think about the problem or problems that you and your special, unique talents are able to solve. That is what you sell. That is how you sell. That is what you market, and that is what you show to the world. Last but not least, you need to embrace the fact that not everyone's going to fall head over heels in love with your special talents or your skills. It's like you go through the trouble of baking these wonderful cupcakes for someone you're trying to impress, and you slave away in the kitchen all day, and then you're covered head to toe in sugar and flour, and you come to find out that they're diabetic and they're allergic to pretty much everything that you put into the cupcake. Don't stress yourself over the folks who don't appreciate your talents or your gifts. This just frees up your time to pursue other opportunities with other folks who do appreciate what you bring to the table. Now, if you can't catch your fish here, then you can go ahead and catch your fish somewhere else. Now, you can go ahead and fish anywhere you want, actually. The secret is knowing the bait that you have in your hands and the fish that it's designed to catch. Now, if you do your audience targeting homework properly, you'll know exactly where that fish is hanging out, and you'll know exactly what you need to say, what you need to do, what you need to show in order to catch that fish you're trying to get. Anyway, I hope that in today's video, you guys learned that you can still succeed if you suck at a lot of things like me. And at the end of the day, we all have something that we can offer to the world, to our clients. Once we figure that part out, it makes marketing our business so much easier. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and invite your friends to the party. And if you guys would like a copy of my free sales consultation blueprint, just write in the comments below, sales blueprint, and I will get that to you ASAP. If you guys would like me to personally help you with your sales and marketing, please go ahead and visit benlau.com/education, where you can learn a little bit more about my sales and marketing course and my coaching program. As always, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye.